In this video, we will go through the sheet index on how to create folders, how to add a sheet, of course deleting a sheet from the index, and then also we will talk about how to reorder the sheets if you don't have them in the proper order. So first thing that we will do is we'll go through here and we'll select design underneath your sheet index, and let's go ahead and create a folder. So we will select it and we'll just give it the name of plan sheets. And that's how you create a folder. Pretty simple with that. And I will go ahead and create another one for my cross sections. That way if I have a fairly large project, I can keep all my plan sheets in one folder and all my cross sections in another folder. So that's how to create a folder. Now if I want to add sheets, I would just select this little icon right here that says add sheet. And then you'd go through here and find the files that have the sheets contained inside of there that you want to add to your sheet index. So for this example here, I will go to my title folder and I will go to my title sheet and I will add it. And I will go through here. Let's do typical sections. Add those. I'll do quantities. And I will do my plan files. Add those. And of course I could keep going, but you'll get the idea. So I will select OK to that. And it goes through here and it's going to copy those files out. And then inside of this dialog box, you'll see the different sheets that are contained inside of those files that you selected. So most of these just have one sheet inside of there. We do have one sheet that has multiple named boundaries or sheets inside that file, and that's the quantity sheet. And it has 3. So now you'd go through there and select the ones that you want to add to your sheet index. And of course we have the plan sheets folder selected. So I will go ahead and select all those. And then now I can go ahead and click on OK. Once that's done, it will prompt me to check those other files back in. And I will go ahead and check those in. And now if you look underneath your plan sheets, you're going to see those particular sheets underneath here. And those will actually be numbered now, since we already, in a previous video, we went through the manage sheet index. Since we have our title sheet here, you'll notice that that title block information is already filled out for you. For your route, your district, county, and job number. If you had a bridge number, that would be filled out, and so forth. The sheet numbering will be this number right here. So this right here is sheet number 1. That automatically gets filled out. Your typical section, sheet number 1 is going to be sheet number 2. Typical section, sheet number 2 is going to be number 3. Typical section, sheet 3 will be number 4, and so forth. Now, we will go back through there and show you how to renumber those in a separate video, but that's kind of the way that works. So if I go and open up this particular sheet, like I said in the very first video, in the intro, whenever those sheets are actually inside of here, I could easily navigate to that particular sheet. So if I double left click on this particular sheet, it will go through there and actually open up that file. And I will go ahead and check this DGNWS file. Check that in, which is my previous file. And it opened up this plan sheet to this particular sheet that I have defined. And you'll notice here as I move into my title block, that information is already filled out for you. So I go back to the Explorer and I will go ahead and open up the sheet index for edit again. You'll notice that this is sheet number 8. And like I said, we will talk about this in a separate video of how to possibly renumber these to where all your typical sections will be sheet number 2, all your summary of quantities will be sheet number 3, and so forth. So that's kind of how you add sheets to a sheet index. Of course, we forgot the cross sections, so we can go ahead and add those. And for this example here, I will go back up to my data folder. And my cross sections for this example is just contained inside of this file right here. So I can add it. Of course, it's going to show me all the cross sections that I have cut, and I'll just do a few of them. And then I will go ahead and click on OK. And I will check it in. And now you'll look inside of here, you'll see all of my cross sections are in there. And of course, it starts it from the beginning. And you'll see that it begins the sheet numbering back to 1. So whenever I do my cross sections, that's really beneficial for that, because my cross sections will always start back at 1 and then it goes to 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Another thing that you will notice inside of your sheet index is the name of the sheet right here. It's not going to be the name of the file. It's going to be the name of the sheet that you create whenever you use the named boundary tool. So kind of keep that in mind whenever you're using the named boundary tool and creating your plan sheets or your plan profile sheets or your cross-section sheets. Whenever you use the sheet index, that's going to be the name of it inside of here. So just kind of keep that in mind. Of course, if you need to delete one, you would select it and simply just hit delete, and it removes it from the sheet index. It doesn't remove it from the file. You know, that sheet is still there. It just removes it from your sheet index here. That's all that does. Of course, you can reorder these if you wish to do that. So let's say, for example, here, I had these in the improper spot. Maybe I added those after the fact. Now I have my typical sections down below here. You can always reorder these by simply selecting one or a set of them, and you can drag and drop them and put them wherever it needs to be, like what I'm doing right here. As long as you see that blue line, it'll drop it in between those. And of course, whenever you do that, it's going to renumber your sheets also. So that's pretty beneficial with that. So those are some things with the sheet index for creating folders, adding sheets, deleting sheets, and the reordering of sheets. And like I said before, you know, it automatically fills out that information for your title block since we have our managed sheet index already filled out.